Hey y'all, hey rebels. So I'm hearing yo baby, yo. I ain't never ever gonna let you go, and it's just so crazy because it's like I'm feeling this vampire in Brooklyn type of judge, and me personally, I have not seen Vampire in Brooklyn in so long that I don't know. It's kind of cringy to me to see Eddie Murphy like that. I understand that it's a classic and all, but speaking of classics, let's just go ahead and get into what brought me here today. Here today, we have someone that is a frequent entity. Well, not someone. There's an entity that tends to frequent you. So I wanted to look at that a little bit and see what it is that we can get from this and maybe play like favorable to us to help you continue to proceed forward. All right, so at the bottom of the deck we have something unexpected may happen. What could that possibly be? There's always a surprise right around the corner, right? Something unexpected may happen. The current state is safe. Good to know. A shining light is about to appear. Break through the clouds, find the truth. Be brave and free. Once again, something unexpected is about to happen. And what I'm loving about this is that there are nothing but full moons. I'm seeing a red moon, blue moon, a eclipse of some sort. That was vampires, right? Interesting enough the decks that where I was guided to pull for this, but also as well I did feel a sense of Halloween, and I did just make myself a nice little beverage that did have garlic in it, so I feel that I'm kind of prepared. Well, not kind of, I'm very well equipped and prepared. All right, so what is it that this this energy, this entity wants us to perceive them as we go forward? Now we want to keep these in mind. I'm not sure exactly how I want it, but we'll figure it out. We have the Eight of Wands. And let's move these right about here. We have the Emperor. The World. Temperance. And at the bottom, the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is big Queen of Cups energy as of recently here, as of the past couple of readings. Let's see, what is it that we have? The current state is safe with the world. All right. Then we have the Eight of Wands with a shining light is about to appear. The Emperor with breaking through the clouds, find the truth. Temperance, be brave and free. And something unexpected. Oh, crap. So this. Okay, here we go. So you have done so much work with yourself that you are in this adventurous, peaceful ambassadorship of your own life, rightfully so, as you should be. There seems to be no season, no depression. You are continuing to build and venture on discovering who it is that you are, and you're not allowing anything to stagnate you. You are very inwardly focused as you are continuing to explore and learn of the things outside of you. You're not afraid to find out things about yourself that has yet to be discovered. Your energy radiates so bright that regardless of where anyone is at, their demons are very aware that there is an energy such as yours that is in existence. And so they are extremely performative and portray themselves to be like you, but are very fearful to encounter you in person or connection. 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, I believe 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, and have themselves be unveiled to the facade that they have been portraying, which is actually your genuine authenticity. You're looking forward to the obstacles that are to come. You've very much so probably been waking up in what they call the witching hours, 3 to 5, anytime within that frame. All you see is bright times ahead, even though you realize that Halloween is potentially something that someone or many people live as their everyday life. Unbeknownst to them, of course, and only foreseen within their own state of mind when in depression. So this energy, we see what it is that this energy is attracted to about you. But what is this energy's life actually portraying? Not just from themselves, but perceived by others, and in response to attempting to detour you. Okay. Okay, so we have the King of Wands, Temperance. We have a 3 of Pentacles, High Priestess. And we have the Devil with the 6 of Swords. Okay. All right. I'm feeling a lot of patience. So whomever this entity is attached to is definitely exhibiting patience outwardly. They're caught in between two timelines. They're in the in between. They're still where you left them at. The frustrations, the unlearned lessons, the chosen penalties that you understand is a liability to them, but it's the only life that they know. Though they're definitely keeping an eye on you and all of your fruitfulness. Seeing here with the High Priestess, it's like they can definitely feel your energy, even if they're nowhere near you. Their shadow side is not ignorant to the life that you are living within its separation from you. The time apart, the time that they don't have a third party to be able to give them an update on you. They're extremely cloaked in hiding themselves from having to look at what was done and the options that they denied themselves. They're in between this two worlds, this two timelines. They are in the in between of, in moments, not realizing who they are, even acting out their current circumstances because though their body is present in the reality, their mental at times tends to glitch. And just for a moment, they have to catch themselves really quickly to keep themselves from drifting off, thinking about what life would have been in the now moment had they did right by you. I'm looking at these two here and I'm realizing the divide. You have a gentleman's face here, you have a gentleman's face here, you have cracks in the stones over here, and it seems to be daylight. You have the knife, the sword straight up here, and it's dark and it's nighttime. And so to think about your moving forward, and even here, the high priestess, you have the girl who's looking over her eyes with her hand on a fruit. She knows what your fruit, what your fruit bears, but the whole bush is with you. And here, the late cloak once again, we can see this as a fur even, and just as pale as she is, looking to the past, this King of Wands, in a direction that he's facing with his staff. I don't ever see this energy changing in how they perceive you and how they will continue on to perceive themselves. And with this Three of Pentacles here, this is definitely an internal study, an internal tempering that they have to do because of what it is that has been revealed to them about you. When that entity has been in your presence, when that entity has experienced you, when you have shared with that entity, be this a person, they for sure know of the other options that they had. Now, they may not have known of them at the point in time that they were making the choices, but they definitely are reflecting back unwillingly and realizing in the moments of their own present actions different options that they could have had with you, different choices that they could have made, and playing like there's multiple versions of them, right? So let's picture one person, right? One person, and every time they have a memory, a part of them splits and run in that direction of the memory and plays out that whole timeline. And then they have another memory or another thought of another option or an action that they could have took with you. And then a part of them splits again. And with every time they have a thought, every time they have a point of reflecting on a choice they could have made with you or should have made with you that would not have them live in their current scenario and layout now, they're splitting apart. And so they have these multiple realities playing out all at once while still trying to live in the space that they're in. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see the bottom of that deck. Okay, we're going to get to that. So then here with the Devil. And this High Priestess is just, it's mature in the sense of they're staying away. But the fact that their resentment is so strong. And their resentment, why they have resentment, is understood. And it's about more towards them, but you are just an identifier in the storyline of their resentment. Their resentment is so strong that even though you're coming out as the Emperor, the projection that is coming, because you're kind of experienced the same thing, But the thing about it is when you split apart, it comes right back to you. You know, that energy comes right back to you and it returns and say, you know what, I made the right choice. I made the right decision. But unfortunately for them, their mind is wandering in so many places as you are continuing to return to yourself and grounding yourself. So their high priestess is no competition at all for your emperor energy. And the devil and the six of swords. Okay, and the reason why I say this is the devil and the six of swords because it's the devil with the six swords. They want you to come back. This entity would like for you to return. This entity would like to talk to you and compromise. I heard boundaries, but then it's like, no, not boundaries, compromise. They would like to negotiate, but this is something that they're bound to their layer, and they can't break free. This is wholeheartedly who this entity is, of course, but when it comes to the person that the entity is attached to, they've been attached to this entity for so long that anything else seems like a con. You know, the con man being concerned about being con, but yet and still the con man does nothing but associate themselves with nothing but other con artists. You know, so the contradiction that they are, the contradiction that they feel they would be to even exhibit themselves living differently is just something so unbeknownst to them. Yes, it can be spoken in words. They can re-explain it. They can even design it to be something of their character to someone who is less knowing than you are and less knowing than they are, obviously, because that's what they would need. But the actuality of it makes no sense to them at all. You know, the temporariness of the behavior, yeah, they can get with that. But the actually being and it not being a game and it not being, you know, a short-term thing is complete and utter nonsense to them. And I'm just realizing right here is the devil's face pointing that way towards the past. He's not letting it go. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. And what didn't I say? Vampire in Brooklyn. And let me bring this in a little bit closer. You have the castle in the back, and the lady in once bitten, right? So here with the Emperor, this person, this entity within this person is exactly where they choose to reside, exactly where they are going to be. If ever you wanted to find them, which I'm sure you wouldn't want to, you would know exactly how to connect with this entity, with this energy. But if this energy is a person for you, yeah, shapeshifter, most definitely. They're building their lives to be everything outwardly to impress you, but internally they're fucked. And the only thing that can reveal them being fucked is the presence of you. The presence of you coming back around. And this entity is going to continue to move along. It's never going to allow itself to be stable in one place. It's always going to make sure that there are other options. You know, it's always mapping out a plan, you know, just in case. But the just in case, oh, look at that. The just in case is never anything that is structure for their foundation. It's a just in case I'm bored. type of energy. It's a just in case I'm not satisfied here. Always looking for something else, always looking to the next best thing, because once they get figured out wherever they're at, they need to have a backup plan. So we have the Eight of Swords and the Three of Wands. Let's get a quick clarifying. Oh, and a Three of Swords. Okay. Oh my goodness. So even though this person is where they feel that they best belong, this energy, is the entity is a whole separate part. But for those of you where this is a person, even though this person feels, or people feel, no, it's person, even though this person feel that they are exactly where they belong, they feel that they desire more. And I feel that that's the only thing that they feel, is that they desire more. They desire, their feeling is a desire. That's it. Regulating in their brain, even in their feel of dopamine or anything else, they don't feel anything else but a desire. There's not motivation. There's not momentum. There's just they look, they see, they point at it, they want it, they put on their best Sunday suit, and they perform. The image with the Eight of Swords, the image that they are blinded, that they have in their head, that the rest of the world is blind to, is growing. It's anxiety, it's anticipation, it's a rapture of ruckus. No one knows it, but I'm hearing, what's his name? Tony Rich Project. No one knows it but me. And that song is a song about regret, remorse, him missing the relationship that he had, just like the deepest rock bottom of depression, somber, just, it's a song about desire. And he said, and nobody knows it but him. He said he lies awake. It's 3:15. I think he said he'd scream something loud if he thought you'll hear me. His heart is calling. Oof, honey, and nobody knows it but him. Two of Cups. All right. And then we have the Knaves of Pentacles. So Two of Cups clarifying this King of Wands. They knew they had a choice. They knew they had a decision. They knew they had an opportunity. All they had to do was offer their self in their vulnerability. And that's where the remorse comes in, and that's where the regret comes in, and that's where all of this agony and internal self-punishment and conflict comes from. Now, I don't see anything here that says that there was anything of this person being in love with you or caring about you. If anything, they admired you. There was a lot of admiration. They wanted what you had, that special oomph about you. I'm seeing that seed in you that bound, that, okay, that's deep. The seed in you that bound your weaponry in your hand. What is that story? What is that story? The boy and the stone, the sword and the stone. And I'm seeing Harry Potter here. So you are a one of one. It would be something to say about you that they broke the mold after they made you, that you are a one and only, that you are. But to this person's life experience, you were a one of a kind opportunity for them. And all that was asked or recommended for them to do was to give reciprocity and meet you where you met them at. And I'm hearing that you actually met them where they were at intellectually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and that you were trying to show them that peace was possible for them as well. Crazy. I just looked at the bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put this here. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords, and Six of Cups want to show itself. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's move you on over here then. Even more so, what it is that this person is going through due to their counterpartship with this entity attachment. With the Knaves of Pentacles, clarifying this devil and the Six of Swords. Once again, they are willing to compromise. Their internal self wants to plead with you, but due to the arrogance of their ego and their pride, that is a very much so down to the core of their bones last consideration of theirs. But down to the deepest depths of their bones, they want to. Just their flesh can't bring them to it. Like, this entity attachment is so obsessed with you. So it doesn't matter if you never were to run into this person or encounter this person again, or if, which I'm sure every time you come encounter with someone who not just shows traits of this past person or this entity, you are more likely to allow someone to show you maybe a level 2 pattern skill set, or maybe even level 3 skill set. Okay, you're repetitive, or you've shown at least twice that this is a part of who you are, so therefore I'm going to dismiss myself with or without notice. Who gives a fuck? But regardless, you were this person's and this entity's favorite supply. And I would have to definitely say part of the resentment over here with the Two of Swords and the Six of Cups, with Six Cups, Two of Swords, either way you look at it, really, part of the resentment is that they could not meet you with the reciprocity that even you respected them enough to meet them at, where you knew that they were being authentic, genuine at, where you knew that even though it was a flaw, you showed no judgment, you gave patience, you gave time to. You might have did a little critiquing, like, hey, have you ever thought of, what do you think about this? Like, not enforcing your beliefs onto them, but just asking a question or making an offer just to let them know that something opposite, or there was another choice or option of existence versus the decision that they made. And for them, even you having that much respect for their boundaries of potentials that they weren't aware were boundaries and structure, they still hate you for that now because you're not around now. And I don't see anything here saying that it would have changed if you were to stick around. So regardless, you made a very wise choice for not just yourself, but the safety of those who you would have encountered had you continued to deal with this energy and this entity. You have, based upon what's spoken of you up here and what's happening down here, you have had such a level of growth. Even if you were tolerant of this energy, this entity, this person, when you were dealing with them, whether you were tolerant of them, whether you actually cared about them, whether you just related to them because you've been there before, or you understand that there are, what you do understand, there are other choices and options, and that your way is not the only way of the world. They resent you for that level of understanding, peace, and grace that you have. Let's go here. So, what more would you like for us to know? Well, I know what that card means when I see it. And you're going to sit right there in the middle and scoot your ass on over. Okay, speak to me, speak to me, speak to me. And at the bottom, oh my goodness. Okay, and at the bottom, we have desert in reverse. It says barriers, endless, lost, alone, brutal. No shit. You heard how I was breathing when all this other stuff came out. Okay, because I'm very familiar with this deck. This was one of my first Oracle decks that I ever got off of Etsy. Very proud of myself for making that order. Never ordered off of Etsy at that point and thought that it might have been a scam. But sometimes you never know what you know until you try it and get to know what you know. All right. So what more is it that Spirit wants you to know? You have graduated out of this cycle. Congrats. You have graduated out of this cycle. Those who you are still in contact with, who continued along with you on this journey, whether it be your kids, whether it be your family, whether it be a good friend, whether it be, a hobby of yours that you almost lost during this ordeal, whether it be a character trait of your own that you almost sacrificed during this ordeal and the time and point that you were trying to detach. You have come such a long way, and you deserve to see yourself in all the celebrations. I'm looking at how her smile and her smile, they're just matching. One's a little bit different from the other, but just the vibrance coming from it. You are so gracious. You are so courteous. You are so elegant in the way that you handled this situation. Even if you did have to get a little hood on somebody and get a little rough, it's okay. It's understandable. With old school and Oshun here, oh my gosh. Did we not say that this entity, that this person, that you would never be forgotten? You are a god. You are a goddess in this person's mind. The sensuality of the memories that they will forever reflect and have upon you. I'm seeing even during seasonal changes in their life, good moments, they're going to think about you. Bad moments, they're going to think about you. Moments that it's just like, how the heck and what the heck? They're going to question at times, why are you even on their mind when they weren't thinking about you? Why are you even on their mind when nothing around them said you? I would say, and I'm being encouraged by Spirit to say this, it is okay for you to say, a prayer for this person's mental stability when it has to do with you. Because I'm sure there's a few who like, nah, you know what, they need, think about me. No, but then there's several who saying, you know what, that has to be a painful experience. Because we all have someone in our lives that we thought that we would never forget about, and we have. But then just imagine wanting to forget and you can't. Oh my gosh. Like, talk about free rent. No, you are flowing like the frequencies in their head, the vibrations in their head. And the thing about it is like you're like a tumor, you're like a tick, you're like a some type of parasite. Yes, you are like some type of parasite in their brain. Just from a thought. You won't leave. You won't exit. And though you have left, though you have may even been removed, you're always there. I'm hearing always in my heart. And they didn't even know they had one beyond biology and needing a heart in order to live. But they didn't know that they had a heart that had feelings beyond desires. They're feeling so much right now. It's a show off. They are feeling so much right now. Okay? They are learning the feelings of feelings and don't know how to title them, don't know how to name them, don't know how to identify them, don't know how to express them. That is torture. Imagine if you didn't know how to express what you needed to express or what you were trying to express. Yes, we've all been there. We had to learn. And this person, it seems they old age of behavior, of knowing better and not changing to do better, not choosing to do better, is really in school all over again. And that school is educated by the lessons of you. Crazy. Okay? Also with this show off card, I see that they want to be able to talk about you. They want to be able to gloat about you. They want to be able to say that you're theirs. But due to the discoloring of their reality, it's not something that would be in their best interest to do, because it would make them look like a fool. It would make them be shown for exactly the misery that they live with in their head. They don't want to hear those echoes of conversations of someone reiterating what they've already been sitting and dwelling with. It's a very, very difficult time for them, even though outwardly this entity is making sure that they torture themselves even further by being perceived to be okay. So you know how the story go. You can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. And that is exactly what is happening. Spirit, where is it that we like to go now? All right. Oh, okay. Spirit not done with them. I guess it's something that, ooh, come here, baby. Spirit, no, we weren't talking about the entity. Don't, Sometimes you got, even when you say something nice and funny and goofy, you still got to make sure that you tell them entities and stuff to stand down, sit down. One talking to you, get your butt back over there in that corner, going back over there to the side of the realm where you supposed to be, okay? Not over here. Nobody sent you out an invitation. Honestly, there is more that Spirit would like for you to know. Okay, yeah, you're going to have to just read this out for me. You're going to have to read this out for me, because... Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay. This message is for you. Is it? Yeah. This message is for you. And at the bottom, we have ghosts. All right. This message is for you. Spirit says that you have definitely learned this, whatever this situation was, this entity that continues to come from you. One of your biggest lessons was learning gaslighting, was learning to know what's healthy. Be careful what it is that you consume, because everything is not what it appears to be. In this blender, you would think that there was, peppers, you're going to make a little salsa. No, there's nothing but organs in here. It perceives to look organs and just back fat. Okay. Dude up here got 3 nipples, right? Now, I know it's a rarity in the world that some may have their disformities, but that 3rd nipple right there is also a camera that's watching you, okay? So what Spirit is saying, that this was a lesson for you to realize who's being a mannequin, who wants to be Godzilla, because even though this angel is being stepped on, that angel looks like it can so easily just slip away. You stuck around for a while, for a good while, and for whatever numbing reason you had to be there, to unnumb yourself, you stayed until you felt yourself become unnumbed. You knew that in this situation, with this entity, with this person, that you needed this lesson. And I'm sure there was many who didn't understand. I mean, I see no one around in any of your pictures of support. So I'm not sure that you were very expressive about any of this as well, that you kept a lot of this to yourself, and that at some point in time you stopped evaluating, you stopped questioning, and you were just living in this. You were literally a ghost of yourself. So what Spirit is saying is that you have learned this lesson. Remember this lesson. You don't have to remember the person. Even though the person is attached to the story, it's not the person that's attached to the story. It's the energy. It's the energy that was attached to the story, not the person. Now, you want to let that meat suit to continue to have a name? You're going to still be tied to that person for their name's sake. So cut that cord and realize that it's not the person who you were attached to. It was the energy. It was the entity. It was the lesson that you needed to awaken yourself, to unnumb yourself, and realize, bitch, you got wings. You could have fly. They didn't have to say shoe fly. You're not a fly. You a daggone earth angel. And you can fly whenever the heck you get ready. And you be going ghost on these, okay, on these MFOs, okay, these MFing hoes. You be going ghost on them, but not in an unhealthy way. You go ghost on them because things have gotten unhealthy, which is a healthy way to go ghost on somebody. It's a couple last messages. Your Spirit say they got their foot on your ass now. All right, we have Lantern Fairy, a clear situation. We have 2 kittens. You must choose. Oh, you must choose between 2 kittens. Huh. Then we have Witch at the East of the World, an important end, a new beginning. We also have Wake Up. It's your moment. Honey baby child, just give me what's at the bottom. What's at the bottom? Okay, I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure. Pause before the action. So this was your pause before what is coming next. Spirit really wanted you to get this message, be able to see this situation clearly. Understand that you have made your choice, and you had to choose between 2 loves. Your lust hateful love of the past and your love pure and unknowing of yourself. And say, wake your ass up. So you woke up. You embodied this magic moment. Face self. Your spirit team is busting up laughing at you because you really stayed in this longer than what the hell you needed to stay in it for. And they're saying it is okay to laugh at yourself. Laugh at yourself and say, you know what? I really did that shit. My dumb ass really did that shit. I was really dumb. That was stupid. It was cute, but it was really stupid. Let's not do that again. Okay, I'm gonna split the deck. Okay. So we got Queen of Everything. Love is in the air. Rage. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Over there. Rage. Take action. Baby mama. 0 fucks given. Okay, so I'm getting a couple different messages with this. So looking at this entity is enraged because say you're the fucking queen of everything, and you know what, bitch, I love you, and I'm gonna take action towards you. I just don't know how because I'm obviously moving in the wrong direction, and I'm hiding in the shadows, and I see that you ain't got 0 fucks given. But you know what, I ain't got 0 fucks either. I'm coming for you, and they are lying to themselves. Anytime you are told this, anytime you feel this, don't even laugh. You need to learn. Prepare yourself. Move in preparation, right? Not paranoia, preparation. Practice anytime you feel a little ignorant, no matter what happens during the day. And when I say ignorant, I mean like funny, ignorant, like I could be a fool right now. You know, I'm really clowning. I'm really being bad right now. Anytime you feel that type of ignorant, right? What I want you to do is briefly think about this person and straighten up your face. Because just in case this person does happen to encounter you later on in life and y'all just magically run into each other, let's say at, like some mall or whatever, or, driving alongside each other on a road. Temper yourself. Watch your temper. Don't laugh. Don't point fingers. Don't jump and be startled. Embody your braveness, full-chested. You ain't even got to sit up straight. If you already slouching, continue to slouch. Continue to do whatever the hell it is that you are doing in that moment. But also, just continue to be you, but don't do anything. But also, no, that's what I want to say. But also, if this person is someone who you do feel this energy is somebody to be harmful, do your best. Once again, preparation. Do what you need to do to make sure that you don't have to ever see them again. If it's a child's father or a child's mother, keep it limited to what the kid needs to do, politeness, courtesy, but you know what, nothing that seems inviting and engaging. But the other way that we can get this, because I'm about to wrap this up, you gotta go give out some hugs, and plenty of hugs to you. What I'm also seeing this is you know what, you're raised in your beauty, your divineness, your intellect, and everything. You're up and it's stuck and you're popping and everything. There is love in the air. There is action being taken, because whether you're king or queen, you are the king and queen of everything that it is that you touch, because you have 0 fucks to give. As we rebels just don't give a fuck. So rebels, I love you. Go take care of your business. Live that life. You got the whole world in your hand, honey. Go rebels.